we're going to be playing a classic game from our childhood. My childhood. If you're younger than me, then you don't exist. You're not a real life human being. And I refuse to accept your existence. All right. Anyway, welcome. It's Happy Wheels. Now, I could sit here and play the classic. You know what? I think I'm going to go through, just because it's been several years since I think I've reasonably thought about Happy Wheels. I think we're going to run through the classic that is. Throw this shit on the speedrun leaderboard. Move. Why am I not moving? There we go. We can live! I'm fucking immortal. I am no longer immortal. But, you know what? We don't need audio's for pussies. We're men. We make our own sound effects here. Whoosh, whoosh, ba, ba. What? Oh no! Okay, cool. Okay, ready? And then boom, and then yes! This, well, less of that, actually. So, god damn it, you fat bitch! Get out of my goddamn way! Ah! Okay, we're still alive. Never mind. As long as I live, I know I'll stay alive. Because I've got all my life to live. And I've got all my love to give. I will survive. I will. Well, not right now, specifically. But in general, I will most likely survive. Come on! Come on! Come on! Yeah, but fuck! Fuck! That would have been that would have fuck, that was it! Nothing is better than playing this game at like 4 frames a second. Because it just makes it so much worse when I die. Because I have to see every excruciating moment of my own demise. It's a bit shit, not gonna lie. Please, I'm begging you here. Just let me do a cool fucking flip. Yes, yes, yes! I've done it! I am your god! And now we just coax our way there. No! Oh, frick! I'm enraged. I am filled with copious amounts of rage. There's like a very hyper-specific level I've got to fucking do this at. I need to get the front of the thing, the front of the tractor, to flip off the... Okay, or not. This works too, actually. You know what? Shit. We're just gonna not question anything. I'm alive, and that's all that matters currently. Please, please. Yes! Yes! Oh, thank God! Oh, God, Jesus, that hurt my head. Alright, cool. The first level is done. So anyway, Splatoon, right? You're the little squid and you do whatever, right? Who cares? Anyway, so Splatoon, the whole point is you spray paint, you can become a squid, and it's all that fun shit, right? Cool. My question is, if you drank Splatoon paint, like if I sat there and I chugged Splatoon paint, anyway, if you drank Splatoon paint, could they swim through you, right? Like, that sounds fucking crazy. Hold on, let me turn back on the music so I don't sound like an insane man rambling to myself with no background noise. But if you drank Splatoon paint, would it be like Pepto-Bismol? Like, would it like fucking coat your back or some shit? Would that work, hypothetically? But it definitely feels like it would work. I can't think of a logistical reason it wouldn't work, but it's the kind of thing where I don't want it to work. Like, it's one of those thoughts that I've had that I'm like, shit, now that I've had this thought, it's changed my perception of reality, you know? Kind of like Snoop Dogg's classic Mercedes tweet. But anyway, more on my question is, how small of a container of paint can they hide in? Because I know they can hide on the ground, right? And they look perfectly flat. But we don't know how much room there is. Maybe they spray it and it's like a foam, so it's actually a couple of inches thick, but we just don't see it. You know, could I hypothetically get like a mason jar or something of smaller container size and fill it with paint of a specific inkling color, and then like have a fucking Pokeball where you smash it on the ground and there's just a fucking child, right? They can bring things with them into the paint, right? Like the rollers and the guns and whatnot. Like, they can bring that with them. That is just a thing they can do. So, would they, like, does the paint shrink them or shrink all their shit as well? Now, you guys are going to have to follow me on this one, because it's going to take a couple of seconds of explanation, and I feel like a lot of people are going to drop off as soon as I start this, but I'm going to need you to power through with me here. If you poured Splatoon paint down your urethra, could you, hypothetically, have one of the Splatoons of legal age, an adult Dr. Splatoon, swim into your cock and remove any, like, kidney stones? Like, could you have doctors and they, like, swim into your brain and remove a fucking, what is this? Too old, do not want. I see. But, like, could you have doctors and they, like, go and swim into you and they take out your kidney stones, or they swim into you and they take out, like, a tumor? Right? Is that a thing? I feel like that's a very, like, straightforward line of thought. But god damn it, why does he die on this? Okay, I'm gonna pay attention to the actual game now and I'll shut the fuck up. But, like, why wouldn't that work is the real question. Let's go under the assumption, how tall are the Splatoons? Is about 5 foot. So between 4 and 6 feet. So, like, normal human heights is what I'm being told. Okay. Sure. So there, oh, I do not like that photo. Do not look up how tall is an adult Splatoon character and go to images. Worst mistake of my life. I'm trying to think what the minimal amount of, what's the minimum amount of space that a Splatoon character can sink into? And then take whatever that volume is, and is it just because it's flat, or is it just because that's, like, what is the rules, specifically? I'm gonna die. Theme song starts to play. I wanna be the very best, like no one ever was. To catch them is my real test. To train them is my cause. Pokemon, gotta catch them all. Great. Well, I had to sing it. It was there. And it's illegal not to sing. So if you were watching that VOD, or if you're watching this stream, and you didn't sing it, that's illegal. You're committing a crime. Alright, BMX Perk, the actual classic. This, if you haven't played BMX Perk, you've never played Happy Wheels. This and Big Satan Eats You, I think, are, like, what comes to mind first when I think Happy. Those and, like, bottle throws. And, like, the spike falls. But those are community made. But when I think, like, baseline game, this is what I think. I think fucking BMX course. I also think that one really shitty one where you have to fall down the stairs a lot. Fucking hate that one. I wish, there's gotta be a way to chuck the kid, right? That chucks both of us. How do I chuck just shift? Okay, hold on. I'm control. Got it. I had to hit control, but I can sacrifice the child. We can work with this. Later, you little shit. Alright, well. Never mind. He just went on, he's at camp. It's alright. And here's the thing. This is gonna be one of those hypotheticals where I've thought about it a lot because I'm a fucking idiot. But I'm gonna ask it to the people, and they're gonna be like, what the fuck is wrong with you? You should be in an insane asylum. But have you ever considered, like, what if you went up to, like, what if the devil was like, here's your punishment, your torture for your existence, is you have to play every single Happy Wheels level that has ever been made, every single Mario Maker level that has ever been made, and, like, every other Create X level game. And you have to beat every single level, but you have to be the person. Like, you have to physically be this character. And you have to experience it. Would that be... That sounds fucked. Have you guys ever also considered what happens if you go back to the beginning of the universe and just live for eternity? Like, I know immortality is something that a lot of people strive for some fucking reason. But, like, have you ever just stopped to think about... Like, just sat there and gone, like, HMMM. What would it be like to live forever? And then you would stop and think for like 12 seconds and realize it's a fucking awful experience. Anyway, I'm just saying. Just imagine sitting on like a desert. Like, just imagine existing in a desert. Okay? Nothing but fucking sand for miles. There's nothing. There's no animals. There's no plant life. You're just fucked in this desert, right? Well, now that you're in this desert, imagine if you're in this desert for literally a couple million years. Alright, now take that and multiply it several thousand times over, and that's what majority of the world is going to be like. And that just doesn't sound like a particularly pleasant experience. It's like, stop for a minute and just like put yourself in the idea of, I'm the only human being in the world, and I'm the only human being that will exist for upwards of several billion years, right? I exist, this is the world. The world is just now 4.6 billion years, right? And you're like, great, humans have only existed for 200,000 years. I gotta wait for 4.4 billion years to even start to begin to see humans. And even then, they're pretty retarded. Like, if you have nothing but infinite time, I would just. Granted, when I say infinite, I mean hypothetically, as in the implications of infinity. Infinity cannot, will not, and has never existed. It cannot physically exist. Don't get me started on the fucking infinity argument. I hate it. Just fuck infinity. Infinity doesn't exist. It's bullshit. It's a stupid concept. It's not real, and I fucking hate it. God damn it. I would just. I mean, for the majority of the time, assuming you couldn't drown and you couldn't do shit, I would swim, right? Like, if nothing existed for a long, and I'm assuming you're like butt naked, right? It is just you. You got nothing. I would sit there and I would like swim, right? And I would just fucking vibe in the water and float. And I would learn to like, I would learn how to do shit underwater. Because I know that in the future, water is still going to be like a huge thing. It's going to be like 70% of the world still. Like, you start swimming and you get really fucking strong, right? Because you have basically 4.4 billion years worth of training to get your fucking anime arc underway, essentially. If you lived forever under the guise of immortality, would you like start evolving yourself? Like, would you start adapting? Right? Like, you gain calluses on your hand. Yo, what's up, Gamer14? But like, would you start like, you know how you get calluses on your hands and shit like that? Or if you hold your breath for a long period of time, you get, you work out, you get fit. Like, your body starts to naturally adapt to things. What would 4.4 billion years worth of adaptations, even on a small level, like on a minuscule level of just a person, like, you're not gonna like grow wings. Or would you? Could you? Would you? I don't think you would. But I guess it would give you more time for mutations to happen. So, assuming you existed in the world, right? And let's say you've existed for several billion years, and you've just basically been a really buff human this whole time, okay? And then other animals have started to evolve now. Now there's like fish, and there's like, slugs and shit like that, right? And there's like cucumbers. Cool? You can start eating that shit now. Kind of like how a flamingo, if they eat a bunch of shrimp, they turn pink, right? Like, would billions of years of exposure to different things adapt you? So, like, with fish, you'd like, if you dived long enough for enough fish, and you started eating enough fish, would you like start gaining their ability to breathe water, and you'd like grow gills or some shit? Like, I doubt that would work, but like, what if you had a bird, right? And that bird got sick with a disease. And then you got the bird flu, right? And now you have billions of years worth of bird flu, right? And you just keep experiencing it. It's mutating and it's different every time. Eventually, since you're the only fucking person that is essentially getting these diseases, goddamn, give me across this fucking thing. Alright, never mind. Anyway, but you're the only person that all this shit is happening to. Like, would diseases start specifically targeting you, right? Like, if you're the only other human, right? Certain diseases would be drawn to you. Or likely, if you caught a cold or something, like, you can't pass it on to anyone. But once it passes, it can only go back to you, so it'd have to mutate for you specifically, right? I feel like, and now this is gonna sound really fucking stupid, but I see JoJo stands, like JoJo's Bizarre Adventure. I see those stands as the physical representation of your immune system, right? That's why it's your soul. That's why it's unique. It's because it is quite literally your personal immune system, right? It is how your body has chosen to react with unwanted stimuli and with the ability to do shit. I think that'd be pretty fucking cool. Holy shit. Oh god. But anyway, but think about it. The lore, the canon lore of JoJo is that stands are given from the stand arrow because they came from a meteorite and that meteorite had a disease on it. And if you survive the disease, your body's natural adaptation is a stand. And that's why only people with stands can see stands because it's their immune systems, right? So that's why people who have kids who and their kids have stands, right? That's why there's bloodlines, the Joestar bloodlines, because it's their immune systems. They're mixing. Right? I can't be this fucking crazy. I feel like I've got to be right here. So it's their immune system. So in real life, could we get to that point where your immune system, like, not like a hologram, like, not that, but what if, like, airborne pathogens exist? Why can't airborne, like, white blood cells, right? Or maybe they do exist and I'm just fucking stupid. But, like, what if your white blood cells came together and they were like, all right, we have to start fighting diseases before they get into the body because you've had billions of diseases at this point and you've got, like, herpes. And now your body manifests all your white blood cells and they start to, like, leave your body and they fly around you and they fly so condensed that they start to look like a cloud of stuff. Why couldn't you make... Well, I'm just saying, why can't you make JoJo stands? In reality, why can't that just be a thing? But then would humans, when they started up, assuming I got busy, right? Like fucking cave woman starts up and she got her big Uggan tits and shit, right? And I get busy with a cave woman, you know? And would humanity start sooner, right? Like I could hypothetically start teaching children. So I had to be the first person to invent writing and all that shit. I could do like a solid 3rd to 5th grade education for everyone. Like we'll have to learn how to make candles and shit, like basic shit that I don't understand as a normal human being in today's society, who doesn't have to make fucking candles and shit, right? So that stuff will take a while to learn. But like I could teach them all the shit that I did learn, considering I've been alive for billions of years. I think if I had a couple of billion years worth of learning, right? Because I'd know humans are coming, so I'd have to start preparing. So I would have to invent writing way before humans are even like possible. Like as soon as trees start existing, I'll have to start making fucking books, right? So I can start writing shit down I make society, right? I make my own fucking 40K Warhammer sci-fi novel, and I get to rewrite history, right? I get to choose how the world perceives everything. And so obviously I'd make myself a god, right? Like clearly, if you had the ability to go back and write the first religions and like cultivate humanity from the beginning, I don't see why I wouldn't make myself a god. Like, not that I have a god complex, but like, if I don't, they're gonna notice something weird. They're gonna be like, hey, buddy, so funny thing, you're immortal and we die after like 30 years. Why? What's up with that shit? So I have to like get them to trust me. I have to make them my friend. And I'll build up civilization. So I feel like I could make basic shacks and shit. So I can get us to like couple thousand BC, so I could skip a large chunk of human history. None of that shit, just starting at 0 like a normal person. Once I start humanity, I'm gonna start the fucking timer and we'll start counting that shit. So we're starting at 0, and I'd say by like the year 1000, I think I could cultivate humanity into something pretty good. I'm not smart. I'm not saying like I'm some super genius, and I can like figure out how to like do doctor shit, right? Like I'm gonna know nothing. But I feel like I'd know enough. I'd be like, okay, so here's how you grow plants. Here's how you like, you know, don't eat mold. That's bad. Here's what cholesterol is. Drink milk. Here's how you fucking milk a goat, right? Shit like that. I could do basic shit like that. Here's a bee. Some of you are gonna die to these. Don't worry about it. It's fine. They're kind of cool, though. I like them. Now that you could start adapting creatures, so I could start domesticating shit sooner, right? They would have no reason to be afraid of me, for the most part. Most animals that I'd run into. So, like fish, I'd be like Aquaman. I'd learn fish language, right? I'd learn how to communicate with fish through snapping, right? I'd snap underwater, and I'd become Aquaman, right? All the fish now love me. I can talk and I can communicate, and I've got like my own little personal squad. Cool. Great. Fish are now on land. We're now got little baby fucking lizards and shit, right? Cool. Weird little mud skippers. Those are going to become castle builders. I'm going to start breeding them until they're fucking enormous. I want them to be like the size of an SUV. And now I got these giant mud skippers that are just eating mudfuls of dirt and they're making huts, right? Cool. Now that those things are going, we go back down to the fish. Fish, great. I'm going to start eating fish. But first, I need them to start making me plants. I start cultivating seaweed. But anyway, now that you've got these giant mud skippers that are building castles, I could make any fantasy world I wanted, right? I can essentially, if I'm understanding the concepts that I'm putting forth, I would be able to create anything, any universe I'd want, except for ones with aliens, I guess. Because I guess I can't control aliens. But I could control aliens? No, I'm not smart enough to figure out how to rocket shit. But what if I start launching shit into space? Just as much shit as humanly possible. Like, as much dead shit. Like, grab a bunch of dead fish and, like, sneeze onto a fucking, like, rock and then just launch it into space and try and get it to, like, land on shit. And then I just hope it doesn't evaporate in the fucking... Yeah, something will have to eventually make it through. It'll be fine. So we'll just start launching shit into space. So aliens are now existing. I can't control them, but aliens will now exist. And now that I have my JoJo's Bizarre Adventure stand and my fantasy creatures, you know, my big giant mud skippers that build houses and my fish that can talk to me and, you know, all this shit. No! Fuck! Yeah, it went. Finally, it only took like half an hour? I don't know. I wasn't paying attention. I was very lost in the sauce for a second there. But if you existed forever, you would have the ability to quite literally write the history books. So why wouldn't you? Okay, unfortunate. So why wouldn't you? Why wouldn't you? Like, you would have so much time to stop and cultivate the universe, right? It only took us a couple of thousands of years to get dogs and cats and basic pets. So, like, if I sat there at the very beginning when, like, fucking, like, elephants and buffaloes existed, are you telling me I couldn't domesticate a fucking dolphin? Like, come on, man. That shit seems easy. We'll have electric eel power? I think that's how I would have to do it. I don't think I would be... That's kind of cool. I like that. I think that's the only possible way I could start bringing the technological age into my own world. So now that I've perfectly cultivated the world how I see fit. Thank you, Josh, for the 7. So now that I've cultivated the world how I see fit, and I've essentially had to play God, but I'm pretty sure all technological advances would have to be, at least for me, have to be based off of, like, naturally occurring... Thank you, Kimber Jackson, for the 7. I appreciate it. I don't want to forget it. But it would have to be animal-based, right? So I'd have to take, like, natural animal characteristics. Like, for rabbits, I would have to teach make rabbits with really big legs, and so that they can jump really hard, and we'll start using those, like, jackhammers, right? And shit like that. I feel like that would be my only possible way to bring any semblance of the future, right? See, that's another issue. Would me fucking with reality, you know, butterfly effect style, would that mean humans just don't exist? I have to click on that rock. Click. But, like, would humanity having not existed... Oh, fantastic. Or having me existed and fucking with humanity, would that make it so that humanity doesn't ever exist? Or, I guess I would have the ability to cultivate it if I was smart. But I'm not. Could I cultivate my own humanity? Like, could I perfect humanity to how I see fit? Right? If I sat there with the monkeys and I'm like, all right, this one's bald. This one's a little tall. This one walks on her back legs, right? And I have to start cultivating the monkeys. Not with myself yet. Not until they're of people status. They have to pass the test. What's the monster fucker test? I forget what it's called. There's a specific test to this. The Harkness test. Does it have human intelligence or greater? Can it talk or otherwise communicate with language? And is it sexually mature for its species? Those are the 3 things that it needs to be for the monster fucker permit. So anyway, but you cultivate your own person into this masterfully crafted being, and I gain such perfect mastery over my immune system stand, right, that I start to perfect humanity, and we're now millions of years in the future, right? And humanity has become this perfect organization and perfectly aligned with me. And any, like, uprising, I feel like I'd become a dictator. If I had, like, super space, I would definitely become a dictator very quickly. Because I can't have them overthrow me. I've worked so hard, right? I'm not crazy. I just, you can't blame me, right? And I invent magic. Could you invent magic? Why couldn't magic not exist? Magic could exist, correct? Question mark. Anyway, I'm just saying I could probably very quickly achieve world peace through sheer violence. What the fuck kind of world have I created? I have created... I'm sorry. Raw... What is it? Fight raw? It says fight... No, fight war. War fight. Fight war. What kind of fucking work? Fight war! War fight! Yeah, it's fight war! This thing is sent by the devil. No, I'm just a dude on a bike. Bro, why you gotta be cringe? I'm just a bro on a bike. You never seen a bro on a bike before? I'm just a bro on a bike on a horse. Never seen a bro on a bike on a horse before? Fucking stupid. Look at me. I got wiggle body, bro. Look at me wiggle. God damn, I wiggle. Oh, shit. Time travel again. I think he realized he sent me to the wrong place. No, I'm being sent farther back. Fantastic. Oh no, a dinosaur. I was going to be eaten by a dinosaur. How scary. I was so spooky. Wow, and now I'm back in the right time. How many babies can you fit in a boxing bag? What's a boxing bag? You mean like a gym bag? Are we talking newlyborns or just in general babies? Like, are we talking like 8 months with like the 13 months? Or are we talking like all like in the nursery still? Like still in hospital? Fresh, so brand new babies. Assuming you get a random variety of babies. I mean, you could just get like a bunch of really fucking fat babies. That's also possible. But just assuming you get a random assortment of children, I feel like... Are we talking fit comfortably or like at any means necessary? Like, what are the parameters of this? Do I have to break a couple bones to get this kid through the bag, or do I have to like layer them? Right? Am I packing it like I'm packing laundry? Or am I packing it like I'm packing laundry at the end of the trip? Give me the fucking answer. Fit in the bag. But that's not the answer. That's not the question. The question is, do they need to be alive and comfortable? Or do they just need to be alive? Or do they just need to be in the bag? Because those are 3 different numbers. Damn, answer the fucking question. Fuck you, this is like an SAT question. I gotta get all the goddamn parameters first. It's different based off circumstances. You people in your fucking black and whites, you people need to learn that the world is in grays, alright? Why all these questions? So I can get the most accurate answer. If you wanted if you had the audacity to come here and ask a fucking question, then I'm gonna have the audacity to make sure I answer that question to the best of my abilities. Okay, the baby is 1 minute old, so fresh, still, okay. It's not fat, it weighs 8 kilograms, and the bag is quite small, like 60 inches as a perimeter around the boxing bag, and the babies are supposed to be comfy. What do you mean by you'll pay me? Am I being paid like a prostitute? I'm not saying no, I'm just questioning the parameters of this deal. Okay, so I'm being paid like a prostitute. How much are we talking here per kid? You will be mine for 9 months pregnant with 11. Oh, wait. You will be mine for 9 months pregnant with 11 babies. So wait, do I have to get them all in one go? I can't stagger them over a couple of years. I gotta pump them all out at once. I gotta get the 11. I don't know. I know octuplets. What do you get after? What the fuck is 11? Eleptuplets? I need to get eleptuplets? Otherwise, they won't be 1 minute old. Oh, you're right. Oh, so I need to impregnate 11 women. Oh, I see. Oh, okay. All right, I'm picking it up now. I get it. I understand. So you need me to... Perfect. Okay. So I need to have... But the issue is that all... Okay, so there'll have to be cesarean sections then. Because there's no way we can naturally sync all the babies to be born at the same time. But we can still work that out, right? Like, that's still something that could be done. One fantastic night, and then 9 months later, we have this big fucking warehouse. They're all born at the same time. And then I have, like, this Guinness World Record book guy with, like, the little clipboard. And I've got this crowd of people around me, and I'm in this big fucking warehouse. Smashing all the fucking prep work for this. And they, like, at the same time, like, there's a fucking giant air horn. And all the women, they're all fucking slipped. Babies are out, umbilical cords are cut at the exact same moment, and the fucking timer starts. I got 1 minute to wait, and while I'm waiting, I run over, I grab the duffel bag, I throw it on the table. I start stacking pieces of cardboard on the bottom, right? So it's got some, like, weight to it. I can hold it with some more stability, right? Put a little bit of blanket over it, right? Cool. Now we get some pillows. We get the little pillows, like those little kind of, like, basically a blanket, a big puffy blanket. And then we all right, cool. Been a minute now. We're ready. Grab a baby. First one, go in the corner. Place a pillow. Next one, baby, pillow, baby, pillow, baby, pillow, baby, pillow, right? Then we start stacking them on top of each other. We lay one flat on the right side, head towards the edge of the bag. Boom, pillow. Left side, another one. Boom, pillow. One in between both of them, fetal position. Boom, blanket. And then one more laid over each of their laps. Bada bing, bada boom. I rest my case, Your Honor.